Judy, bonsoir. Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You dare to lead. I take my bottles. Good. All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on the Liberty TV radio. My name is Daffy Matthias. You love to come in the Liberty One Sports. Wherever you are joining us from this morning, it's morning here in Nigeria. So wherever you're joining us from, let's have some fun this morning in the sporting way. But before we do sports, I've got my angels with me in the building. Wish I could play the song by Shaggy Angels, but you know what that means. It means that my YouTube channel will be penalized, so I can't do that. But having said that, let's just have some fun. It's Monday morning, right? It's supposed to be business, all serious, but I'm not a serious person. I do serious business in a very fun, loving way. Let's try and do that. Let's start with you. Awesome. Awesome. How was the weekend? Good morning.
Good morning. My weekend was fine. It was okay. Just
at your mom. When you say just there, what does that mean?
Nothing really happened. Just normal.
It sounds like it was boring, right?
It wasn't boring. It was just normal. A normal day.
Okay, so let me go to Joy Basi.
Hi.
Everybody say Abasi. Abasi. Say Abasi. Okay, let's not talk about that comedy. That thing by Yibo Coco. Yibo is always entering my head. How are you? How's the weekend?
It was fine. It was okay.
Okay. We're getting close to the place where you have to go to prayer sitting. Do you go with your mom?
Yeah.
You go, okay.
Yeah, it's like January 1st, like beginning of the new year. Then we go.
Okay, you guys don't go at the end of every month?
No, that is, we watch it at home. Mana water.
Okay.
How much change your water?
Okay, so whatever it is, I don't know. Like, I'm not in the day. You're Catholic, right?
No, Anglican.
Oh, sorry. Missed the top up. You're Anglican. I don't go to church, but I'm a child of God anyway. There is no evidence that says that not only people who go to church be children of God. So I'm on my own, I beg. I don't want to be twisted by the ideologies of men in the name of God. Well, having said that, let's get in on the show. What do you guys have for me? What's some gossip? I'm hearing quite a lot of rumors, stories here and there. Let's see what you got. Let's start with you. Awesome.
Okay, so yesterday night, Twitter goes wild as the unveiling of the BB Nigeria All Stars season.
Oh, I guess that's Jesus Christ. I'm really primitive. So I was hearing people, yeah, and there I was seeing on people's status, Big Nigeria. Like, I've just started another one.
Yes. Yeah.
So in this subsidy removal, they say they do BB Nigeria.
We got entertained now. We have to be entertained during the subsidy. Let us watch TV. Okay. Even if it's just about people.
Well, your mommy let you watch Big Brother in your house?
I don't watch it. I just hear this. They surely hear this from your friends.
Okay. So let's continue.
Well,
But first, in your house, do you people watch Big Brother?
yes.
Like it's accepted. Okay, fine.
Okay, so the
Ah,
lady that accused Eniola Badmus of pimping out girls to
that
politicians
girl
has
go
been
shop her
arrested.
eyes.
She has been
She go
arrested.
shop. She go use her tongue lick her inside of her ear. She never say anything. I wish I have Eniola Badmus number. I'll just call her. Say Eniola, no allow anybody beg you. Let this girl go to jail or pay you. She must pay you. Not be house rent she dey fine. She'll go stay jail for free rent. No problem. There's no rent there. All these people that think that they can just talk anyhow on social media. Everybody's not a journalist. Everybody's not
Like,
in media.
and nobody, maybe she thought that, okay, Eniola will not do anything. Like,
And they
maybe
find
there will not
somebody.
be
I'm looking for
consequence.
somebody that will just do some really sick story about me like that. Ah, Jesus Christ. It goes sweet too. It goes sweet. The me that naturally like trouble. Ah, when trouble sleep, young go wake up. Now what did they find for Lagos? You palava, they find palava. You go that girl. She never said anything. So my wife that showed me. I don't even. The funny thing is, I don't get to see these things. But my wife just brought it to my attention. I said, yeah, I like what Eniola Badmus is doing. People don't work very hard all through their life to build a name, a brand, and you think because you want to also go viral, you want to be popular, your job, you can do good news. You can see. I work on this digital space now, and I understand that people want to be popular, people want to be famous, right? And fame gives money. When you're famous, you make money, but don't do it the wrong way. Not everybody can get away with talking rubbish like just lover. You've got to be very, very sure of what you're doing, one, or the people that are backing you must be very solid. If not, hey, I continue the story. Oh, I'm watching.
Well, she was like, she was paid to do it.
Who paid her?
She didn't disclose the person.
And
The
she never
person
starts.
paid her 200K.
200K. And now she go use that money. Lawyer now. Not be 200K. 200K. She go use the money hire lawyer. What you remember? You are just starting. Samson, you are just starting. Oh God, 200K to defame somebody's character. No, Alana. Continue.
Okay, so my next story is in Benin Republic, police arrest the
Yeah, please.
father.
You say that, please.
Police arrest the father and some others as they attempted to use his 9-year-old son to do money ritual.
Is that please? Is that please? It's your second home, your new country. Please, do you have anything to say about that one? You know, because they said that voodoo is a normal thing in that place. 9 year old. So let me say this thing. It's my mom is dead now. This is not the information of character. My brother is here. So when we're growing up, my mom used to say that instead of your child to be an armed robber or a prostitute and embarrass the family, just go and use it to make money. Do money ritual, use that money to train the others. And when I was growing up, I actually thought my mom meant it. Because no, you don't know my mom. My mom doesn't joke. She's not this so funny kind of woman. She just say things like that. My mom is the person that'll tell you, I'll beat you like you're already on the ground. Like before she says it, you're already on the ground. So she used to say it regularly that instead of me to born pikin wey go disgrace me, make I use that thing do money ritual. So that I use the money train the others. So he guided us. It's not like I was stubborn. I had my own fair share of stubbornness. I was a very stubborn child. But there were certain things that I couldn't do even up to this moment. And when I look at my younger ones too, there are certain things that they cannot do because they are still afraid of my mom who died like 13 years ago now. Yeah, next month to be 13 years ago that my mom died. And they are still afraid of her. Okay. So I don't know, maybe that I'm not justifying it, but maybe they don't see vision, say that 9 months old baby would turn out to be terrorists in the future, but work with Boko Haram. So they just want to use and make money. Those people they will suffer in the police. What do you?
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Okay, so first that they do give
$10,000
to
That's
girl
a
who
cool hotel.
turned
That's like 8 million naira. If you do, my guy. If that girl no go touch say she don't get belay for Davido. She just touch the money, now she get belay. Yeah. I'm afraid of people these days. When it comes to Davido matter, I'm always afraid. Davido just touched them. He just do it mole. And then they just got pregnant. Anointed pregnancy they did now. So I'm afraid. Okay. Any more stories?
My last story for today is NDLEA arrests alleged drug lord in Lagos hotel.
Okay. Do you know the meaning of NDLEA? What's the meaning?
National Drug Law Enforcement Agency.
Okay, so you see all those skits where they will go to where people are doing graduation in university and they'll ask the very simple question like, what is matric, what is cover, and they will not ask. Do you think that thing is real or the people are just faking it so that the video will go viral?
I think sometimes they are real, but sometimes, most times, people are faking.
I think they are faking it because I don't know. You said
There's no
like,
question.
what are you majoring in? What's your? There's not like these are basic questions that you're supposed to know. Ask a youth couple what's the meaning of NYSC and they don't know the meaning. Like, I think that's fake for me. But hey, Nigeria, everybody is doing their thing. Our sister from the side where they use 9 months old to do juju. That's where you're schooling the only. If you were schooling in America by now, you would have said you're an American citizen. You be fish. You know well.
Hey, everybody, nice to meet you. My name is Joy. I'm from America, so this is
Is this what I'm going to deal with for the next 6 months? Let's just start now by telling you to go back. Let them reject you now. There's supposed to be another new intern coming in to do. I don't know what happened. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, no, it starts from my own dream country where I'm from, New York.
That beats you go so take sleep. That slap you want to take now. Slap.
In New York, they've from that Black Lives Matter from 2020, they
Yeah.
decided to give 30 million to the people that were arrested or assaulted during the protest.
And our own protest here, the people that protested, they want to do. I hear that allegedly, I heard that they want to do mass burial for people.
Oh, the people that said that did not die.
The people that did not die,
Yes.
they not later not died. Yeah, they not like died.
The
And
one
now
that mysteriously disappeared.
the mysterious people, and they now want to
What
do
about the
that
bodies that were not recovered now? I did mass burial for those ones.
imaginary one. It's just my imagination. I'm going to do imaginary burial. This country is so lovely. This country, I love this country. Die.
That do not start making news. Like, nothing happened of this sort.
Is that guy Sonolu that's always pointing his eye like a referee? That's it's always making me laugh. That guy, our guy, Sonolu, is the guy.
Yeah, so now they're paying them $10,000 each. So
That's the same money that Davido gave to that woman. Though.
Yeah.
Ha, Lord of God.
Yeah. And
God is good.
That's our
He
Nigeria.
has done me well.
The increase of school fees.
Yeah, so public schools.
Yeah.
To 100K.
100K from 19 to 190,000. Medicine in
I don't get anything to talk because I'm already paying way more than that in the school that my children go to, and I don't have anything to say.
Oh yeah, I think public schools are supposed to be like what people can like afford.
No. What people can afford is not the right word because when you say what people can afford, people can tell you that it's 10,000 naira that you can afford. Education is expensive anywhere in the world.
True.
So it's I'm not really, if the quality of the education is going to be there, I don't have a problem. I just don't have a problem. The only time I have a problem is when the quality of education is not there. They are going to go on strike. If I'm going to pay that money, you must guarantee me that schools will not go on strike anymore. Everything will be fine, and then it's okay.
Can they guarantee that?
Well, you that is paying, you need to negotiate now. In the private school that my children go to, we have PTA. We discuss, we make demands. So I think parents should also gather and make demand. It's just that the people that go to public school, most times, their parents are too busy to get involved in PTA or school conversation and the direction of what the school is going to. So we leave that to determine what they want to do. It's just that we're not going to have a lot more dropout because it's very sudden, and next time it's going to happen in 2-3 months' time. And then the knee-jerk reaction is the fact that most parents cannot pay. They'll not tell you stay at home, and stay at home might just be permanent. You go and learn Baba, learn vulcanizer, learn sewing, and a whole lot of other things. But let's say it goes anyway. I'm not going to be quick to fault government here on this one, because the cost of running the nation is also skyrocketing every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and Grande, after she broke up with her husband, she's dating a co-star, Ethan Slater.
They're too quick. The whole thing is, before, if you break up with somebody, you will not wait for like 1 year or 2 years. I remember when I broke up with one girl, or the girl broke up with me, something that broke up. I for like 4 years, I didn't have a baby. Four whole years. These ones that they'll just break up on Monday. On Tuesday, they'll announce another relationship.
Like my sister.
Is that how you people are doing it now?
My sister.
Your sister is like that?
No time. I broke up with this guy like on like a week. Then the next week or 2 weeks later, she had another broke. People were coming to her. So like.
God.
You know,
I don't. Is this how you people do it? I don't understand though. These Gen Z people are millennial and Gen Z people. You guys are like, you should go and study you people in school. Try to understand what's really is the thing about you people. Okay, so I have my adopted daughter, Joy. Her phone is permanently on DND. And I was like, why? She said, if you come here, I'll see if you're important, I'll call you back. She I always call you back. You are important. But there are so many unimportant people trying to call me. I was like, really? So I don't understand. Say honestly, I don't understand you people, Gen Z. Is your phone permanently on DND?
It's permanently on silent.
Okay.
One is very bushy, but I used to get one of necessary connectivity.
Okay.
But I think with us, it's just that we don't want to spend that moment instead of using that 4 years to do something better or find somebody. We just move on. You don't want me, you don't want me. Let's move on. End of chapter. Next. Okay. Thank you. But next.
So you break up today, you get another relationship tomorrow. Even my ATM card, when it expires, sometimes it takes me 6 months to go get another one. Like, I'm not like I try to process this in my head first. Like, what did this go wrong? What happened? The only thing I know that I move on fast is when I leave a job. Hey, that one is. I don't even have time to wait because there are bills to pay. When I leave a job, I think all my life I've been fired once. That was in 2017. But every other time, either I get pissed off and I walk away and I'm going into something else straight away. Like, I think that's the only thing that I move on very fast. And once I move on, I don't move on. Like you had yesterday's sleep. That for my job is like shit to me. I don't even see him again. But other than that, I mean, there's a relationship. You should mull over it. Why did we break up? Why did this person leave me? Well, I don't know, Sha. I don't know. Some people still. I don't want to ask whether you have relationship now because you're not within the age. So let me just let it go. Before these people that are watching now, when I say okay, I was wrong to not tell them that you people are children. Let's move on. We have more stories.
Yeah, like now the flood in Lagos and Nigeria, all across Nigeria, is getting very.
Are you guys experiencing the flood?
Not here.
I'm only hearing it in the news. I don't know flood. When flood happened in China, in Japan, in any other part of the world, we see it. This one is a flood.
No,
rain just they fall. People see when I was growing up. Let's not use flood to cause some things. The thing that is happening in Lagos is not flood. No, this is not flood. This is heavy rain. Again, Lagosians are very lazy people who pretend that they work very hard because of traffic. So when I was growing up, every Saturday, young men in all the neighborhood will come out and clear the gutter, the drainage. But over here, you see bottled water. And remember, when I was growing up, there's no bottled water, there's not really pure water and the rest too. Yeah. You see bottled water, pure water blocking all the drainage. Where you want me the water go? Now when they stay downstairs now, and I go suffer around. Good. So I don't think there's flood in Lagos because when you mention flood should be moving people's house, relocating people's house. There's no flood. It's just the laziness of people not clearing the drainage, always thinking that it is okay to go and pour dustbin inside gutter because we do that a lot. I see that a lot. Go to Marina. Let me use Marina as a good example. The two sides have drainage. Then there is Mao. Because the drainage is also the walkway. There's Mao every like 100 meters or 50 meters. You will see people sweep their stores, put it in the bucket, and pour it in that manhole. When rain falls, the water cannot flow anymore. It will now start flooding the road and flooding the shop and everywhere. You don't say there's flood. No, there's not flood. It's we with this one. Oh, it's not government. It's not flood. It's we that are responsible for it. We should deal with it. It's just that sometimes it affect my car. If not, and it's still upstairs. So what do you concern me? It don't concern me. Truth.
Yeah.
Is that all we got?
Yeah. That's
Good. Let's come back to the sporting arena. Before I even come to sporting arena, let me just read some messages. Let me change the dynamics today and read some messages before I go into the sporting arena. Let me sport. We'll talk football today. I will tire now. Yeah. So Vicky say, ladies quickly jump into another relationship after breaking up with the former to console themselves and also to make a point to the previous guy. In that case, don't you think they would repeat the same mistake of the past relationship? Because you've not even had time. Even a CIA agent or soldiers that go to war, when you come back, you have a period where you have to do debriefing, you have to debrief, then you have to go do psychological evaluation and the rest. You need to reevaluate yourself before you jump into another war. I'm not saying relationship is war, but I'm just asking, guys, you think it is nice? So I'm not the best person to give advice on this one. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not blessed to see you. I don't have any idea about it. But do you think it is nice that you break up with somebody this week, next week you're jumping into another relationship? What's your own style? What's your advice on that one? Yeah, you can add that one to the whole plenty conversation we're going to have. Well, today the major conversation is around Kylian Mbappe and Nasser Al-Khelaifi, the president of Paris Saint-Germain, also the owner. You know, we always talk about Daniel Levy, the chairman of Tottenham Hotspur, and we're almost thinking he's the all-in-all. Well, the owner, Joe Louis of Tottenham Hotspur, have come out to say, listen, if Harry Kane is not willing to sign an extension of £400,000 a week, boy, sell him. In other words, he sang a Jamaican song to Daniel Levy and Harry Kane. If your boyfriend, naga, let him go. That's exactly what he was singing. And, you know, Bayern Munich were already almost losing interest. But with this one, they are feeling good. And then the idea is, Harry Kane is not saying if he will go to Manchester United should be willing to pay him £600,000 a week. Damn, that's much. That's a whole lot. And I'm asking, what are you bringing? Even Robin Van Persie that won the title number 13 did not do all this one. What are you bringing? Your goals did not win the World Cup for England. Let's not be looking at this Harry Kane like say Harry Kane really savvy play ball. In the history of football, we're not going to call him in the same conversation with Ronaldo da Lima. Then are we going to call him in the same conversation with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Messi is not even in that conversation. We're not going to call him in the same conversation with Edson Cavani. We're not going to call him in the same conversation with Diego Forlan. Let's be very honest. So neither would we call him in the same conversation with Thierry Henry. I don't care the number of goals he has scored. You would never call Harry Kane and Thierry Henry on the same sentence. Your father, if you try it. And we're not going to call him in the same conversation with Neymar or Luis Suarez, Robert Lewandowski, Karim Benzema. Who would be Harry Kane for 30 years when they ask for £600,000 a week? Don't have fire in full generation. He's mad. It's crazy. Who the hell does it think he is? Want to earn £2.4 million every month? What can be your panic people with? You will be. Come on, go and sign for Bayern Munich and collect $250K a week and be playing football and win title that you've not won. You've not won anything. You've not brought anything to the table. You want to collect £600,000 a week. Well, let's move away from that one. Let's go to the guy who earns £2 million every month, right? £2 million a month. If he doesn't move and he stays with Paris Saint-Germain on the bench, under 23, wherever they decide to send him to, if he stays, what would have happened is the fact that Paris Saint-Germain would have ended up paying him £100 million plus in salary. Since he's not playing, he will not earn bonuses of goals because when he scores 10 goals a season, there's a trigger. When he scores 15, there's a trigger. When he scores 20, there's a trigger. When he scores 25, like that. Okay, everything from 10, every 5 goals from 10 is a trigger. Now, Paris Saint-Germain, I think in this conversation, and this is my opinion anyway, but before I give you my opinion, let me give you all the new segments and then I start giving you my opinion. Then before we even go, let me read some of the messages on YouTube already so that when I come back, I will not be jumping back again to do this. Saviki on Instagram say, exactly, they will, except if the guy has been toasting her before. I will advise them not to quickly jump into another relationship. They should take a break and re-examine themselves. Professor, thank you very much. That's a PhD holder, so that's why I call him professor. In case you guys are wondering why I always call Victor Malalu a professor. It's a PhD holder. It's just that in Nigeria, PhD, all this doctorate and PhD is rubbish as far as I'm concerned. The only thing they know how to do, children decide to do. I can't say this thing now. You know what I want to talk. I know. And their children, yeah, don't worry. The day that only me and tomorrow, only me and the man go there, they don't go there. I will talk what I want to say. Henry Umaru says, now money we do, bros. I greet you, sir. Make so YouTube today leave radio for the office people then. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for showing up here. Everybody say, almost see as bros fresh like this early early momo akara. Okay, good. You're okay, man. Say, big bros. Waiting be your take on Jamie Foss. Now them Pop Daddy and Cone, and they won't kill him. The poison and they won't melt the brain, make it die. So that I don't go feel it talk. You know, they give us something so that he go forget all the secrets when he spill out. He too to the talk. Jamie Foss to the talk. Sometimes it's good to talk. You're in the talking business, but sometimes leave. Why can't you leave people business and mind your own? Leave people business and mind your own. Jamie Foss, leave people business. What they do is secret, let it stay secret. I put Arabian Kelly for where this so he talked too much, and then Jay-Z set him up, sponsor video, and then see that in jail. Well, we shall see anyway. So don't play with the Illuminati people. They would mess you up. Gilo Hendricks, they say, I greet you, bros. Good morning to you. You're a man. I say, bros. You be like rocking the ball this morning. Oh, you won't fight Elon Musk. If I feel fight Elon Musk, you're good. Oh, I don't have my be done. But normally, me and Elon Musk fight. More living money. He doesn't have to beat Elon Musk. I don't care what that say he gets my martial art. I go beat her with Bele. We be like Felisoji Bele. I go beat her like better beat, but he get money pass me. So I go fear to beat her because if I don't beat her finish, he go come set me up. People call it, you know, I don't want, if you can't do the things when you say, you can maybe suffer after the fight. So I don't leave and make beat me as Elemos. I don't always my Elemos. But you know how I beat you when we share. But don't knock me down for your pride, for your ego. The ego to just, such a big ego, just keep your ego going a bit. You say, bro, so you should say, not be oil rice on order, so I don't understand. What should be oil rice again? We had this oil rice from the corner. I don't understand this one. Well, let's leave this guy. Akimbola Larry, say, bros, what is your take on Toby Amuso and the missing of doping test? If I give my test, my take on this show, the show no go end. Let's just pretend like you know ask me this question. This one, I plead the fifth. Okay? The right to remain silent. Whatever you say can be used against you in the court of law. First off, the reason why I'm not going to say anything is they've not announced a ban on her. They've not said anything. So she needs to go to have a defense, and I don't want to bias anybody's mind. I don't want to put anything in people's mind. So I'm going to pretend like I've not heard anything. Because I'm also very close. I mean, Toby Amuso is my athlete. When I say my athlete, we have a 10-year deal with her for our image, right? So I'm going to keep quiet and just observe anyway. But it's not looking good anyway. Let's be very, very nice. It's not looking good. Henry Murray said, bro, so see that fight between fans for that Man U versus Arsenal. So make we flip the card, say now for Niger it happened. I beg, help me with the headline we make the day for newspaper this morning. Not even the newspaper, now the way the fans go react. This kind of thing cannot happen anywhere. In the abroad, it cannot happen. People, you know how those people talk about, none of them don't go stadium. Any stadium in the world fights they happen. As a stadium is a place where you're likely to see fight. Assuming that people who go to stadium are decent people is just the funniest thing in this world. But let's leave that for ignorant fools on social media where they don't know anything. Lord Mayor, he said, Levy, he not go say give by you. He prefer to say give by you. Not be by who he go say give. Now who go bring money. The matter don't come off for Levy. Owner of club don't get involved. So Hasboy shift. Who be Hasboy and Hasgirl way or madam they discuss matters of how they want to sell. They want to sell house boy and house girl. They say no, man, they don't sell the house to the increase. They don't sacrifice. It will be Levy. Levy go look bush. The owner of the club, Joe Louis, don't come and talk. You say they don't go sell her. When Crockett tell they say cut Aubameyang out of the club, it not be the same person win a title for Arteta. Why Arteta is going to get 50K? Arteta don't even plan for match. He don't know the power of owner. Go and look for one man called Abid Fadel. You know the power of ownership. European man say, bros, any IBO na PSG go lose. Them don't to give them power before make them stay with the monster them create. I'm coming. I'm going to talk about that one. Lord Mayor, he said make Mbappe accept 1 year except thunder fire that talk. So PSG go give back their money. They take sign. Okay, stay 1 year without football is bad. I say bad for us. See this guy. So Koloko don't know anything. Oh God of heaven. Shooks, I will break. Don't worry, I will break everything down for you. You go understand. Chuka will say, I don't run come here since Airtel not allow me listen from the app. Good morning. Yeah, your Airtel must be very, very bad because the app doesn't really need heavy data to work or network strength to work. So that Airtel must really be very, very bad where you are. The European Emmanuel said, Gibson don't they do the same thing where Jamie Foss do. Yes, now people will talk now, but Gibson not old, so you can say anything you want to say, nothing will happen. Just be like Ice Cube now. Ice Cube is talking too. So many people they talk. The empire is actually crumbling, but America is America. They might still fix themselves. The empire is crumbling. Some people they find their voice now. You know, the dollar, this BRICS nation, this BRIC nation, this is the rise of another powerful nation. You can say from waiting with a year that Mel Gibson documentary, he go shake Hollywood. They are already fighting to make sure say no come out. They are fighting tooth and nail, but I think they can't stop it. Don't to go far. You look at man and say Levy not get say again. Who get property don't put her for sale. Say Levy. And I want to sell my car. He say my driver get opinion. Wait, I don't sign the driver. Case go close now. I don't understand. Your mommy wants to cook soup. You say, hey, mommy, I don't eat that kind of soup. You sure say you don't go find your own house where this thing. It's obvious that somebody has sent you money in your bank. You know, my mom used to say the very minute when Pikin on it say he don't like the food in the money cook, somebody don't give him money for outside. So you go shop that food with the hungry you. My mother I want to say the manga soup she will cook. Say, hey, mama, I don't like the manga soup again. Cook whatever. I don't know what you wash up. Hey, sister eating will look at you. The slap that you will take. Oh God, Christiana for Bruku, that woman. I will say it any day, anytime. I don't know. My mother will beat Tyson Fury. My mom on a day she will beat Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury when they say nobody they beat. The other one my mother look at with bad eye. What's that thing that you could see? Bombastic what?
Side eye.
My mother give what's it called? Deontay Wilder bombastic side eye. He go humble. He go say don't mama. Okay, let's go to the story before we come to the analysis. PSG may hope to recoup 160 million pounds for Kylian Mbappe, but Real Madrid hold all the cards as battle for the French superstar turns toxic. Hey, they don't put cupboard instead of a cow for a Florentino Perez may not be able to keep up with Abu Dhabi or Qatar in monetary terms, but they can still offer decent cash with history and romance thrown in for good measure. Okay. Paris Saint-Germain president Nasser Al-Khelaifi is doing all he can to convince Kylian Mbappe to leave this summer. Now he's been begging. For public, the guy na lion. He could shout to public, no, we won't take it. For behind the scene, he beg. As the strikers dig his heels in, hope he can get a free transfer to Real Madrid in 2024. Mbappe's future has been blown into doubt over the last few days, with the Frenchman stating that he will refuse to sign a new deal at the club with his contract set to expire next season. Saudi Arabia side Al-Hilal offer Kylian Mbappe a £173.2 million per year deal, which includes a release clause to join Real Madrid next year, allowing the French star to complete dream move to the Bernabeu. Okay, the extension. The shortest way to go to Madrid from Paris is first of all to go to Saudi Arabia. Oh Lord have mercy. This one What every day it gets very interesting. This has led PSG's owner insisting it must be sold if he cannot agree a new deal. That must, you don't have the power. Let me just tell you, Nasser Al-Khelaifi, when we say your baba, you don't sabi cut hair, you don't have that power. Okay? With the club willing to accept less than 155 million pounds they paid Monaco to sign him in 2017. Tottenham owner, yes, let's talk about this one. Today is the auction day. Tottenham owner Joe Lewis tell Daniel Levy he must, in capital letter, sell Harry Kane this summer if the striker doesn't sign a new 400,000 pounds a week deal, boosting Bayern Munich's hope of landing the England star. There's no keeping him. You know, Daniel Levy was saying, we will run down the contract. Run down which contract? Is it your business? You decrease. Now you pay salary, the money they come off for your pocket. Bricks to you. You don't know say that my money they come off from. Come on, sell him, let him go. Who are we? With Harry Kane, what we don't win? Since Harry Kane start to play for this club, waiting Spurs don't win. Yeah, all this talk of Harry Kane this, Harry Kane that. Harry Kane is the greatest striker to play. Greatest striker where? Greatest striker played in different clubs and they won titles, minimum league title, Carabao Cup or even FA Cup. As bad as I don't like Aubameyang and Rich, he won us FA Cup. You say Harry Kane this, Harry Kane. Waiting he win for Spurs, nothing. It's a Didier Drogba, the godfather of Chelsea, winning Champions League in 2012, many Premier League title, many Carling Cup title, many FA Cup title. Waiting this Harry Kane win. Rotten player, the Hilal mania. Well, Bayern Munich have already had 2 bids for Kane rejected and are now preparing a third offer. This one must be accepted. The German champions are confident that the deal can be done. After fucking at over 100 million on Andre Onana and Messi Man, Manchester United will have to spend big again to lure number 1 striker target Rasmus Højlund. Okay, but what's next for the Red Devil in the summer transfer? That's what we want to look at. Man United will have to spend big again to lure number 1 strike target Rasmus from Atlanta. But Manchester United have completed the signing of goalkeeper Andre Onana for 47.1 million pounds from Inter Milan. He is now a United player, subject to international clearance after signing a 5-year contract at Old Trafford with the option for a further year. The Cameroonian becomes the club's third signing of the summer after Messi Mount and the surprise return of Johnny Evans from Leicester City. Wow, Johnny Evans coming. And they are telling Slabhead Harry Maguire to go. This life is no balance. He no balance at all. Chelsea submit 39 million pounds bid for Crystal Palace winger Michael Olise. Okay, so let me tell you, Michael Olise, let me give you advice. I have a bet with a guy called Simcard that you will turn out to be a great player. But I want to tell you this for free, Michael Olise. When you go to Chelsea, I would have won that bet because Chelsea does not know how to give young players opportunity to grow. Apart from John Terry, they always don't know how to give young players opportunity to grow. You are still a young boy. And you know that Michael Olise, you sabi play ball small, but you have one disgusting attitude called mood swing. Even in the game, your mood swing they show. You cannot play in Chelsea. Now that same mood swing, like Kevin De Bruyne be get when he did Chelsea. Jose Mourinho no feel patient. He kick out about. I'm just telling you because you go and sign there now, you know we'll get playing time like you get for Crystal Palace, and you know your good game. You play one good game in every 7 games. Chelsea is not like that too. I'm just telling you now. More than his 35 million pounds release clause in a bid to beat Manchester City to his signature and bring him back to Stamford Bridge. Well, that's where it started before, so let's see what happened. Mauricio Pochettino's side have offered figures in excess of release clauses before, as they did with Villarreal to sign Nicolas Jackson. I don't understand why they pay more than the release clause. They bid to secure a more favorable payment plan. Okay, now I get it. Newcastle finally confirmed the signing of Avi Burns. The signing for 38 million pounds, switching from Leicester City to the Magpies. So they will go and sell Maggie Pie now. Say Newcastle player wearing black and white like referee. Okay, Newcastle have completed the signing of Avi Burns from Leicester City, forking out a whole sum of 38 million pounds to bring the winger to St. James's Park. Burns secured an immediate return to the Premier League following Leicester's relegation to the Championship, becoming the latest big name capture for Eddie Howe's side, and as well heading back to the top flight. The 25-year-old is also now set to play Champions League football next season after Newcastle booked their place in Europe's elite club competition last term, following a 20-year absence. Jesus Christ, that's long shot. Wolves are expected to sell Daniel Pudes after the winger did not travel with the squad to their Portugal training camp, while defender Ryan Gills could also depart the club because they're looking for money. They're not interested in bodies anymore. Okay, the squad have traveled to the Algarve to take part in a warm weather training camp after Julian Lopetegui's side had to cancel their planned tour of South Korea due to logistical reasons. Okay, can't travel, plane, blah, 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 fog, all this problem that they're having. Chelsea is close to agreeing a deal with Montpellier forward Elie Wahi. Elie Wahi. Doing Kung Fu, martial arts. Okay, with the 20-year-old likely to join Strasbourg on loan after signing. Now, my question is, Chelsea have followed this road before. It did not work. Remember when Chelsea had like 58 players on loan to different clubs? Because of Chelsea, they now changed the rule of loaning players. After they had online, they had Uncle K, Kenneth Omeru, they had all these, what's that guy? That Kotzuma with the big lip, like Philip. Who again? All these players on loan. Chelsea are throwing that part again. And it seems like Chelsea wants to do the academicals like Arsene Wenger. Okay, I pray it work. They go play fine football, but they're not going to win matches. It says this thing is they should think about it well. Oh. Chelsea are closing in on. I think I've read that one. Okay. Karatiani came to Arsenal before Alexander Zinchenko, but how Alexander Zinchenko is not the one teaching him how to adapt to Mikel Arteta's tactical style is what I don't understand. So this is what Karatiani had to say. He said Alexander Zinchenko, he said it's a prime example of how to do it. Karatiani reveals how Alexander Zinchenko is helping him adapt to Mikel Arteta's tactical demand at Arsenal. Karatiani explained he is learning from fellow Arsenal fullback Alexander Zinchenko in a bid to improve his first team opportunities under Mikel Arteta. Well, this for me is like harming your enemy to take your spot. But I think maybe what Zinchenko is doing is I will help you so that when I want to rest, I will not have a problem. I think that's what he's doing anyway. Let's go to Wolves and see what they are doing there. Raul Jimenez is to leave Wolves training camp in Portugal for medical with Fulham on Monday, which is today, for a £5.5 million fee. Both clubs have already agreed, so there is no going back. Raul will reportedly leave the training camp in Portugal and is set for medical with Fulham on Monday, which is today, for the agreed fee. Okay, one man in Fulham is saying, you know what, I don't want to leave the Premier League. When I was growing up, I dreamt that this Premiership is where I will coach. I'm not going anywhere. Marco Silva rejects mega £40 million 2-year offer from Al-Hilal to stay on as Fulham boss next season. Oga, you go regret it. 5 months into this season, they will sack you. And once they sack you, you will not have a job. You will know. You will lick your eye. Go and take 40 million. Marco Silva, there's not a day you will win the Premier League. There's not a big club that will employ you. So go and take 40 million and rest. So that when you old, you will have a yacht, a waterfront house. You can buy a beach house and live your life in peace. But this one that you're showing loyalty to Fulham, in 5 months' time, Fulham go sack you. Your team not go do what they do last season. They will chuck you. You will be chucked. When they chuck you, your eye will crack. And you go the big job for Juba. Yeah, Abuja. I just will tell you. The Portuguese boss refused to confirm he would be staying at Craven Cottage when asked about his future here in Philadelphia on Saturday. Man City fans are not pleading, Ejo, Emma Binu, Ejo, Biko, take it easy, Jale, oh, Joe. Jonah, Shadow me, Toriolo. They are begging Pep Guardiola, please give João Cancelo another chance at the club. As the guy gave a very beautiful assist in preseason against Yokohama Marinos. But Pep Guardiola is looking at him with corner eye. Hamiluku, I don't talk. I will deal with you when the time comes. Last season, you wanted to embarrass me. And I went on to win the treble. You will shop your eye. Okay, Manchester City fans have pleaded with boss Pep Guardiola to give João Cancelo another chance following the Portuguese preseason's return of fine performance. Well, let's go to the Women's World Cup and tell you what I think Guana in that region. Well, Italy have finally won against Argentina after having 2 goals disallowed in the first half. by VAR and for offside. So they won their game by a goal to nothing. But let me tell you something about this game, Germany versus Morocco. 9 months ago, the number 18 player, Melanie Lupos, who plays for Chelsea, gave birth to a baby. And today, she is playing as a starting player in defensive midfield wearing jersey number 18 for Germany. You see, when I say your excuse is not a reason. And just as the game started, time never go anywhere. Pope, you know Pope now? Pope, shit, Kaka, Alexandra Pope, and Pope won in. So they are leading now by a goal to nil. But the story of the game is the story of the lady who gave birth 9 months ago. She's already playing competitive football at the highest level. That's something to think about as you look at it. Morocco have also become the first Arab nation to have its women team participate at the FIFA Women's World Cup. Congratulations to them for that. But any idea, any thought that Morocco will go on to get to the semi-finals like their male team in Qatar, please take your shovel, dig 6 feet, bury it now. Forever hold your shit, not even your piece, because your piece is not even needed. Forever hold it. If you have that idea, begin burying that. Take shovel, dig it, it not gonna happen. It cannot, it's zero, it not gonna happen. All those African women teams that were doing so well, and everybody was blaming the NFF. Zambia, for instance, beat one team. I can't remember the team that Zambia beat, and the whole Nigerian sporting space don't let anybody hear what. Zambia was beaten by Japan 5 goals to nothing. And they still disallowed some Japan goal, if not for reach like 8. I'm just saying, I'm just bearing it on the ground. It's Monday, I want to be serious, but some things I just needed to be said. South Africa, when they do kata 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 kata, they rock it, they even they sing Dorime, African champions. And then they play against some weak teams. So we will play against Olympic champion, country that is rated number 7 in the world. We play draw, and I say we don't try. Now when they try, so I see you now. I'm just saying I should remind you people in case you have forgotten. Well, today is Monday. There's always going to be transfer gossip. Let me give you some more in the transfer gossip. Some are related to what I've already said, but there could be some new one. Tottenham Hotspur chairman Daniel Obukomena Levy has been told he must to sell Harry Kane this summer if he cannot persuade the England striker, who is 29 years of age and in September will be 30, to sign a new contract. That's the order from above. My Oga at the top, I've spoken. If you don't want to listen, get out of here. You are EP of the business. News of Tottenham ultimatum has put Manchester United back on alert over signing Harry Kane. Let's see if they can gather the money, because Manchester United now needs to do Osusu. They need to do contribution. They need to go and collect money from cooperative. I run a cooperative. Manchester United needs money. They should come to me. Come unto me, all ye that needs money, and I give unto you. Bayern Munich have also already had 2 bids in for Harry Kane rejected. Now they are preparing the bulldozer bid for the 3rd one. Bayern are willing to offer Kane a long-term contract of 4 years, possibly 5, if that's what he wants. If that's what you want, come and take it. You will be permanently here. Chelsea have made up an offer to Crystal Palace, Michael Olise, 21, a player that they rejected some years ago. They want to pay for it now. Manchester City are also interested in signing Michael Olise, in case you're not aware of that. Al-Hilal will bid 200 million euros, Jesus Christ, for Kylian Mbappe, okay? But it does not look like the boy wants to go there. He just wants to make sure that the powers that Paris Saint-Germain gave him to torture Neymar, Messi, and the previous coaches, he will use the power. They say it is not about buying a dragon and trading a dragon. Can you tame the dragon the day the dragon decide to turn against you? Because not everybody get the power of Berlin that can speak the tongue, the language of Berlin. Chelsea are running out of patience with Romelu Lukaku as the Belgian striker 30 is unwilling to move to Saudi Arabia, not force. And he's waiting for a European club to sign him. Juventus, we are waiting for you. But Chelsea, not be forced. You can't force it. That's for sure. You can't force it. Fabinho's move from Liverpool to Al-Ittihad is at risk of collapse as the Brazilian midfielder 29 wants clarity on whether he can take his two French bulldogs into Saudi Arabia. See what they hold it down. Una they see what they hold it down. Bulldog, bingo, woof. That's what is holding it down. Not even the money. We're not talking money now. Dog, Eranko. Hey, Ibo will say Ikita. That's what is holding the deal down. People will get money when I do. Atlanta's Denmark striker Rasmus Højlund, not his name will be single wood person. He's 20 years of age, wants to complete a move to Manchester United by the end of the month. If not, he will start Atlanta. Having already agreed personal terms with Manchester United. Having goes forward with Zaha 30, wrote a long love letter as long as Mississippi. We joined Turkish champion Galatasaray on a free transfer after leaving Crystal Palace. And then he gave them a long letter like some greedy people bed sleep. But still leave them. Love you so much, but still leaving them to go to Turkey. Is Galatasaray better than Crystal Palace? Well, the answer is Crystal Palace does not offer Champions League. That night song, that song that they sing in the night, the champion. I've applied here, but I don't get YouTube trouble. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, so that's all the this here. Chelsea have reopened talks with Saudi Pro League over selling Moroccan winger Hakim Ziyech, who is 30 years of age. This guy is the fastest growing age in the history of football. Once upon a time, Ahmed Musa was older than this guy. How this guy now overtake Ahmed Musa like Formula 1 car in age is what I can never be able to explain to anybody. But let's just move on with our life and keep on keeping on. Okay, English winger Callum Hudson-Odoi, 22, is close to being reunited with his former Chelsea manager Mauricio Sarri at Lazio. However, Fulham are still trying to beat Lazio to the signing of Hudson-Odoi. Okay, Fulham are willing to pay $7 million for Damari Gray as Everton look to cash in on the Jamaican winger. Nobody knows how I play ball. Score one goal, play one good game, 10 games later before you give you another good game. You go the block him. Fulham have rejected a £50 million bid for West Ham for Portugal midfielder João Paulinho. As we talk, so as the rejector, João Paulinho showed that not pull. So it's like it's going to be bad market. It showed that just pull now this yesterday, I mean this morning itself. So market not come out to. West Ham are confident of securing the deal to sign Mexican midfielder Edson Alvarez 25 from Ajax. If you buy all the players for Ajax finish, waiting to call me. When I want to relegate Ajax for up to the sum of £40 million this summer. All this transfer one and the transfer come up for Ajax. I make everybody start fainting. Talking about fainting, Shaka Isla, former West Ham goalkeeper, fainted on live TV while he was doing halftime talk on in the stadium for ESPN. But they say he's fine, Nasha. He just fainted. Guy never shop. I thought I went for. Hey, God help us. God help us. This job that we're doing, people say not the hard work. Atletico Madrid have contacted Paris Saint-Germain about signing Italy midfielder Marco Fish Eye Cat Eyes Verratti, who is 30 years of age. But Liverpool are also interested. So Tottenham, Denmark midfielder Per Anjong, 27, is one of Atletico's alternative as well. Italy striker Gianluca Scamacca, 24, is a scam. Yeah, could join Roma if West Ham signed Belgian striker Divock Mogu Origi, 28 from AC Milan, after negotiations with Chelsea over Albanian striker Armando Broja, 21, broke down like a broken glass. Okay. After leaving Liverpool at the end of his contract, former England midfielder Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, one of the best business that Arsene Wenger did by letting him go. Okay, he's attracting interest for Saudi club. He don't go play ball, he go injure. Besiktas and Brentford, he's modern. He's going to be a doctor. This guy will be selling Agbo in the future. He don't go play ball. But not sign them. Waste of money. He don't go play ball. He will be injured. He'll be in the hospital. He said I'm going to be a native doctor or he's going to be a nurse or a caregiver. France winger Ousmane Dembele, another one, another broken bottle. 26 has turned down a 5-year deal worth $35 million per season from Saudi Pro League side Al Nassr. The mumu way in your head there. Yeah, to stay with Barcelona. Okay now. Where he is, he has only 1 year left on his current contract. Don't worry, when the contract finish, you go know. They will drive you come out for Barcelona. When the contract finish, the new stadium will be ready. They will start with good, better player. Not be person they run like Okapi. Okay, let's go forward. Borussia Dortmund is the preferred destination this summer for Austrian midfielder Marcel Stabilizer, 29, after being on loan at Manchester United from Bayern Munich last season. That's according to the kicker. English defender Taylor Moore, Moore Taylor, 26, is closing in on return to France with Valenciennes after being released by Bristol City. What happened? Everton and Atlanta are in talks with Almeria over a deal for 21-year-old Mali striker El Bilal Toure. Wolves are expected to sell Daniel Podes after the 27-year-old Portugal winger did not travel with the rest of the squad to their preseason training camp in Portugal. These are planning a move for Leicester City's 29-year-old Portugal fullback Ricardo Pereira. Two clubs from Saudi Arabia are in talks over a deal for Manchester United Ivory Coast defender Eric Bailly. But wait a minute. Why is nobody talking about Wilfred Ndidi? Is he playing? I'm not available. Then they see me. Is that, please, Davido, call and make it stop playing your song. Because I don't understand. He wants to play championship when they play football. Well, who am I? Who sing that song that year? Dr. Seabi, one person I sing that song. Maybe that's what he want to do, I don't know. Okay, make another just talk again. Let's keep the game going. Jesus, my nose on block. Wallahi. Let's look at the conversation you guys are giving me here. Lord Mayor said Germany versus Morocco go hot to nothing go hot. Germany go be them. Go hot to time shift. You use this one. You use Morocco men. I till they judge Morocco women. Nothing go hot. Germany will be there like 4-0 man. Okay, so church go close. We shall be go hot. Hot where? Who put up a fire? Time shift. Say go hot to hot where? You know, man say Hurricane na Cola Drogba. Now Mr. Wembley, leave Hurricane. Hurricane don't even feel boast of say I have played up to 3 finals in his career. Not even win, no. I don't talk of win now. I talk of win. Just play final. Say I played the final, but we lost. Don't make him talk out. You don't get. Apart from Champions League final, we say that it is true for field like a woman will get belly. Woman get belly self. Play for pass that. Maybe you go super corner. All this talk you talk about Hurricane, they ask for 600,000 pounds. Who you be? You be Kylian Mbappe. You can remember the talk said, I win the World Cup, I took my team to the finals, I stopped us from embarrassment, and I made sure the game ended on penalties. I can't understand. Who you be? Even Hugo Loris, where no Sabi, where and coach goalkeeper Coach Ele for his college now, almost similar characters, still better pass in the post. Where the post for? Because your man did the Lord Mayor say, why no club don't activate the Dembele release clause of 50 million euros. I don't know. Blessed don't change the release clause. You're okay by say, bros. You don't say we don't get European competition, so we need to pay more to entice both the club and the player. Normal character. It's good. That's all they do. I like to waste money. Not today. So I go buy Miliki Sender for Shakhtar Donetsk. Player will say normal at 35 million as a country there on war. They be hungry people. It's going to get 35 million, everything go rest. Now go hijack fast now. Now see what you get now. They say you go do what this season. Lord Mayor say Germany 1, Morocco 0. Now you say go. Now we say go hot. What's it hot there? One-sided match. European man say Pep no they forgive you. You not go feel trust Cancelo. Me self I not go trust him. If now you go trust him. Me and Pep now the same place we do forgive where. Forgive person we won't wreck your season. In the middle of the season you just don't rebel. Hey. Because now if you say I want let her stay, the first thing I go first tell them say, okay, you don't play my show. Because these people will win treble for me, so I want loyal to them. And all the position will put the command, so not be your position. So you don't go play match. The people will play that position, will win the treble, so I beg, let me and them because we in love. We're in love together. We're in Romeo and Juliet. You, and the day we person injure, you go play, you agree. If you don't agree, become gamer. So and just the way the matter go be that. That's just the way it is. This will never be the same. Not be single at 2-pack. Go call 2-pack for grief. I say 2-pack never die. Jerry Sampson say, bro. So I noticed that many Nigerian clubs doesn't have website. You want design for them. They go ask you say whether on a website they want to win my show. I tell one person what I make you do website. They say whether on a website you give a 3 points. So I beg don't put me inside this agbada way you want put me. So let me be my lane. Let me say Zambia beat Germany for friendly. Yes, they don't let us hear what Zambia carry 2 men to play that match. 2 boys were in the game for women game, but because the African team we don't pretend like say nothing. Now they don't go to the World Cup carry women. Go. They beat the 5 Kodo, 5 Kolodo, and again they don't even score one. They never get go shot on target. They don't get Zambia. After I said Zambia will go to the World Cup and disganga everybody. Nigeria will just go there and embarrass ourselves. Well, we know they embarrass now. Who the disganga? I just talk. Jerry Sampson, he said Nigerian Football Club doesn't have website, no Facebook page, no Instagram, no access the club. Really, this is how we talk. So now, what you come about do now? What you want to do now? I get club. Let's say I get club for the league. Lord Mayor, boss. Why is it that all African teams are always in a difficult group? What to make it difficult? What to make it difficult? The team will make African team. Where make you believe say African teams? African teams don't feel strong, so tell people going to fear them. Why we say you want cheap group? So you want the day where only weak teams qualify for the World Cup, then the group not go difficult now. Should be African teams a difficult group. Haiti no hold France to 0-0 draw. I mean Jamaica, sorry. Jamaica no hold France to draw. Haiti no almost draw England. I mean who they play. So should be difficult group. Now walkover group in one make good day. Without the easy group to qualify now. So now we'll go face the war. If you want to be a champion, you have to be champions. So that'll be a big deal. Lord Mayor said PSG will sign a striker once they sell Mbappe. Now to sell her first now. Not be saying once they sell her. They go sell her. Lord Mayor, I beg, the new Ajax coach told Bassi that he is not in his plan. Even if I don't like him, go to Fulham, but he has no choice. Okay. Lord Mayor said Frank Kessie is more like a flop in Barcelona. I believe he is for sale too. Okay. Ogenovo Paco, he said is over the moon. Okay. The Nigerian music wanted to use Abi. Okay, no problem. Since the Nigerian music wanted to use, so that's good. More hit. Well done. European man said, thank God for Shaka Islam. The work not easy as people think. No, people think it's easy work now. And this allow for my our only member. Thank you. He said, I like your outfit today. Thank you very much. Let's it just end for now. Don't beg me. I don't need that people anything. Don't give away today. European man said, Chamberlain suppose they play National League. That guy just they enjoy himself. Free money, no work. And this allow for man say friendly and rematch not be the same thing. The way Nigerians and press take right off our guests now they are trying to speak with 2 mouths and they look them and know they talk. So we don't reach 10 o'clock. Normally we're supposed to pack up. Let's start. Ooh, Diale don't dash us 4K. Sorry, I did allow for mother dash us 4K. Diale, why your name letter my man? Somebody dash me money and they won't give you credit for it. Diale this weekend gave me a very good treat. So let's start with this comment coming from Oluyem. Say good morning, sir. I have a question. Why is the Ketia still at Arsenal? You did London, I did Lagos. You ask me. Not be suppose what can't tell the office when you go ask them. You ask me. What you want to do now? Now who I go ask? Also, how long do you think Vieira still has an Arsenal? Vieira is a good player. That left leg, he has a very good left leg. He just need to carry. He need to gym. He need to carry weight and eat all those protein. Drink all those protein shake. When they give the soup, then you go add muscle. It's too lightweight. That be my problem. It's our future Bernardo Silva, but he never reach. He's still the left. Creator Dale say good morning. Thanks for being a part of Tola, the Lagos business store with Adiale Kisley. So thank you very much for having me first off, because that's the kind of place that people who are in business, whether small business, medium scale business, big business, should be gathering. That's a very, very good one. If we keep it going, eventually become a very big team and people will be paid to be part of it. Additional for my, I see you there. Thank you very much. Your handwork is very, very good. KOF, I say, bros, hello. Let me think, say, Okpolo eye, now Opo eye. Has Jungle don't over mature? King Kong don't show. Tarzan don't go hide. God of heaven. People get bad match that. Okay, no be. Hey, people are wicked when they talk the things they want to talk finish. Okay. Let me No, no, let me not bother. Thank you very much, Adijala, for giving us 4K. 4K this morning to buy bread, agege beans, agege bread, ewa going, fish, bobo, everything going there. This is not the way. Before I thought say this na fuel, 1 gallon of fuel, but now, hey, now wow, life don't change. Oh. I don't feel use that buy fuel, I don't feel that buy data. But no, Allah, God did. Only I'm saying everyone was at Muslim in versus United. They like to it. I need to go gym. I want make we hijack Kane. We seriously need a striker who's prolific and can score. Kane? No, we don't need a Kane. We don't need Kane. Kane will come and be a problem. Kane will cause problem. There'll be plenty of fight. Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal. I don't want that fight right now. That quarrel. Let's keep it away. Okay. Your recurring man say in the know they move. Haba. I don't tire. Which kind ambitionless players we even get safe? That guy too good to still day with the foxes. You want to eat rabbit food? Lord Mayor say, man, you fans say they go fight for the title race as the beaters. they come they show themselves. I agree with you. You know, say that when first fall, I go to go climb better compound. But let's talk about the Mbappe. I promise I have to live up to my promise. So let's talk about Mbappe. Let me break it down a little bit because I've had a lot of people say that Mbappe is too big to sit on the bench for 1 season. Well, there's always going to be a first time in many things. But this is not the first player that will be ostracized from a team and he chose to stay. Aubameyang was ostracized from Arsenal and he didn't move. Most of the club that Arsenal wanted him to go to, he didn't go. Eventually, when he had to move, he got to the point where Arsenal needed to terminate his contract. So for a player like Kylian Mbappe, he's made up his mind that Real Madrid is the place to go to, right? So whatever happened, it has to be Real Madrid or nothing. Having said that, the contract is signed, puts him in position of power, doesn't put him in the place of pressure. He signed a contract in 2024. That's the contract with an option to extend for 1 year. Now that is an optional part. So he can take it, he can refuse to take it, right? The problem here is Paris Saint-Germain also promised him when they were renewing his contract that they were going to build the team around him. They were going to enforce the team that they will be competitive. Unfortunately, that has not happened. And so that's the real reason why Mbappe is saying, you know what, there is no project here. We're not going anywhere. I'm not going to win anything. Now Messi is gone. And he didn't like the way the fans treated Messi because he was just beginning to, you know how when you don't know somebody, he's a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo. He didn't know Messi. But then when he got to find that close relationship with Messi, he now realized, okay, now I know why people watching this guy. I think I like him and I still want to play with him. Unfortunately, they cut him off. They treated him the way they treated him and he had to go to Inter Miami. Good deal is good anyway. We'll talk about Messi another day. Now, he's saying he wants to leave, but there are clauses on his contract. If he stays to the end of his contract, he's entitled to £240 million, right, for loyalty bonus. Paris Saint-Germain were not expecting that to happen. They were expecting that, when Karim Benzema leaves Real Madrid would definitely be forced to buy him. So that's why they gave him that contract. And remember, they got the president of France to get involved in the deal. And most of you will be like, why is the president of France getting involved in a football deal? So the deal that got Qatar, the World Cup, also include Qatar agreeing to invest in France. And, while your African leaders were taking $500,000, $100,000, and $1 million, other countries were negotiating good business for themselves. Okay, so where the people representing us were negotiating individuals for their pocket, these deals were going on. So that deal now means that the Qatar sovereign fund can call on the president and say, hey, your one of your citizens is about to mess up our transaction. It's going to affect our money. So get involved. That's why Emmanuel Macron gets involved. Now, Emmanuel Macron have also spoken to Mbappe's people. I told him that, look, the Olympic is going to be hosted in France, in Paris. You're the poster boy of the Olympics. You're going to captain our team. You are this, you are that. We need you. You cannot be playing from outside when the Olympic is going on. Blah, 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 blah. But the boy is saying, look, if I like it, let me play and die here in Paris Saint-Germain. We will not be able to win the Champions League. I've won the World Cup, I've won the French League, I want to win the Champions League. Because the guy that is supposed to be my Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi battle has already won the Champions League without playing football. Just strolling around the field, not sweating. I think the whole of this past season, Al-Hilal did not sweat in any game. He has won the Champions League. So the stake is not higher. Mbappe people are not telling him that, look, if you stay here one more season, there's going to be another player that will rise up again and become the competition with Al-Hilal. First off, the French league does not measure up to the Premier League. So you need to go to a place where they would force the hand of everything so that you become the Ballon d'Or winner. Because that's exactly where it's going. And now the conversation is Messi and Al-Hilal. They're not even saying Mbappe anymore. So the Mbappe conversation is dead on arrival on that. So Mbappe is looking at him saying that if I give you guys another 1 year or two, I'm practically shooting on myself. I can't be here till 2015. So out of the Blues, like Daniel Levy, Nasser Al-Khelaifi now realized, oh, we have made a mistake. We have created a monster. Okay, let's try to intimidate him. That move again is another desperate move. Desperate times call for desperate measures, but sometimes desperate people make desperate mistakes. They now said he's not going to go to preseason with them. That's mistake number one. So the only people now that have the money is the Saudi Arabian club who's saying, okay, you know what? We'll sign you for 1 year. We'll pay you 175 million pounds, and then we'll let you go to Madrid. But in the conversation, they've not said whether they will let him go for free or they will let him go at an agreed fee. That's something we also have to look at. Because if you're willing to pay 155 and above million to sign a player and then pay him again another 175 million pounds, I'm wondering whether you're doing charity. Okay, I know that the Saudi Arabia have a lot of money. So if you look at this conversation clearly, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, no club in Italy, Man City does not need him. So there is not a single club in Europe right now that can buy Mbappe. Mbappe wants to stay in Europe, meaning that Mbappe can dig his heel. Yes, 1 full season not play. And when we talk about 1 full season, let's be very honest, the French national team will still invite him. He will still play for them. He will still go to the Olympics and play. So by January, he will sign a pre-contract with Real Madrid, which is legally allowed to do. So Nasser Al-Khelaifi can threaten all he likes. That young man is going nowhere. You know why? He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole wide world in his hand. He's got the whole Paris in his hand. Right now, he's got all the ace card. Right? He's got a contract. It is legal that the contract expires next summer. He does not agree to trigger the next 1 year. If they have put a clause that says that Paris Saint-Germain upon playing certain number of matches and meeting certain conditions, they will automatically trigger it. It's a different thing. But this one is the player that have the power to trigger it. So that one is one part of the deal. The next part of the deal is the fact that people are saying Mbappe is too young to sit on the bench. And in football, you unfortunately cannot force a player to move to another club that he doesn't want to go to. The law does not allow it. So the law again works on the side of Mbappe. Again, the money that Paris Saint-Germain is asking, the minimum is, okay, the money we pay to buy him from Monaco, which is 155 million. Let somebody come and pay. There are not too many clubs that can afford to pay that money right now. In Europe, maybe only Madrid. And Madrid will not be stupid to say, oh, let's go buy Mbappe now, when they can wait. They can build a team and wait, and next summer they buy the player. So when you look at all of these on the cards, you would agree with me that, like it or not, Nasser Al-Khelaifi created a problem, okay? Created a problem for himself, and he has to deal with the problem. But in the behavior or the behavioral pattern of every billionaire, they arrogantly react to their problem. They react arrogantly to problems. Once they come, they'll tell you, if he doesn't sign the extension, let him go. Go where? It must be sold. Sold to who? You want to borrow money, give the club who will buy him. If the player not agree personal terms, okay, so you say let him go. If Mbappe now tell the Saudi Arabia club that, okay, you want to sign me, I want 500 million a year. That club will not, because he has to agree terms. That's how contracts are done. That's why in football, you must first of all go agree with the player. The player don't agree, say, I go play for you, I go come your club. Then you now can start to put offer to the club and say, okay, this is what I'm offering you. Because if the player have not agreed to come to your club, you go pay money, you cannot even agree deal. So those are the things. The time that the club will now say, go and do your medical, that's when the two clubs have agreed. But before then, the player and the club must have agreed that, oh, I want to play, I see your project, I want to be part of it. And for a player that is looking for a Champions League win, how many clubs in Europe today can automatically guarantee that sign for us and we're going to win the Champions League? The next available club is Man City, but unfortunately, Man City reserve striker is a World Cup winner, a Copa America winner. He's won every title, a finalissimos winner, everything. So when you look at that, Mbappe, for this one, oh, I don't care what anybody talk. Even though say Real Madrid does not have a striker, but I don't think Real Madrid will really want to put themselves in a place where they will go and sign it for 175 million. No, they will not. They can still bully their way, especially with Barcelona not playing at the No Camp this season. Their new training facility that they will be playing at might just affect them. So Madrid can compete for the league title, Copa del Rey, and probably also push their weight in their special competition, Champions League. Again, Madrid can also go another 10 seasons without winning the Champions League and not feel like their throne will be threatened. There's not a club that will go 10 straight seasons winning the Champions League. So when you look at all those things, it doesn't make any business sense for Madrid to be in a hurry, because Madrid knows that if they sign him for free, they will probably give him a sign-on bonus of, say, between 50 to 100 million. That's just like the transfer fee already. Okay, Mbappe will negotiate for that. Plus another 2 million or 2.5 million per month, weekly of, say, 600 to 700 thousand pounds or euros every week. So when you look at all of those contracts, Paris Saint-Germain, you know what? I got nothing but Unto for you, because they wanted to use Mbappe to mess Neymar and Messi up. But unfortunately, and the coaches too, unfortunately, it has blown in their face. This one I need to say the juju where somebody put for ground for the neighbor pikin to match, the husband and the pikin don't go match up. Now the day hospital, they find cure. We be saying that the mama gets, but the mama don't know. Tell us that she be responsible for this thing. Doctors are just laboring the labor in vain. That's not the right of the Bible. Don't be right hand. Shoaibu Salmanu Karim says, boss, you are always on point with your analysis. Thank you very much. But still, Madrid might want to buy in this season if PSG drop their asking price. Okay, well, let's see where they will drop it to. Are they going to drop it down and it will be cheaper than Victor Osimhen? I don't know. Let's see. Because that's actually what Paris Saint-Germain are trying to avoid. If they drop it to where Madrid can easily buy it, well, that's a good one. But let's wait and see. Well, that's where we drop the anchor on the show today. It's been nice hanging out with these beautiful angels in the building. Awesome Uche and Joy Basi have fun. I've had fun. I don't know if you guys had fun anyway, but I saw you smiling. My peripheral vision, I'll see you smiling sometime. So I hope you had fun as well. Well, that's where we pack our bags and baggages and leave. Tomorrow, myself and Emmanuel Sebastian will be here. I hope you stay locked on. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, what we really do, you make you watch and you need to subscribe. And if you subscribe and you need to share, what you enjoy here with other people. Is that not great? Are you a Nigerian politician? Well, help us to subscribe and help us to grow, because if we grow, we'll be better. And thanks to Digital Alpha for being the one person who gave us money today. Thank you very much for showing support to our channel. God bless you. And for everyone out there, God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I don't know what you mean by epic fail or Digital Alpha, or whatever it is, as long as money for around, you can call it epic shit safe. It no matter. Bye bye and have yourself a wonderful day. I am Zenon says angels talk now. Okay, they want to hear people talk.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay, say something to them. Say something to them. Two of you say something to
Hello. Thank you.
these Gen Z people. I cannot understand you people. Outside this microphone, they talk about parrot to these two people. But these two people, they be like having a chipmunk outside this place. But here, they form lawyer. They're not loyal to anybody. They be like Hurricane and Mbappe. They're not loyal to anybody. They're loyal to their own government. Well, guys, bye bye and have yourself a wonderful day. Yeah, what a show, very long. My nose not blocked.
Yes.